Most crypto gurus out there will tell you that scalping is the fastest, quickest, and easiest way to make money from the crypto market. In fact, they will even tell you that you can make $50, $100, up to $1,000 every day scalping the crypto market. But there are some truths that they will never tell you. You're welcome to Blockchain Plus, where I make crypto simple and profitable for everyone. If this is your first time of seeing my video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on your bell notification icon so that when I drop valuable videos like this, you'll be notified and you can watch them. And most importantly, hit the like button so that you like this video and share it with your friends. And if you have any question, use the comment section to drop your question. Now, without further ado, let us jump into the crypto trading so that you understand everything about scalping, how it works, and whether you can actually make $50, $100 every day from scalping the crypto market. So, first of all, what is scalping? Now, in a simple term, scalping is a short-term trading strategy where you enter and exit the trade or the market within minutes, hours, or even seconds. Now think of scalping just like making $1, $2, $3, $5, or let's say $10, depending on your account size from every trade multiple times. So let me explain that again. So this is a trade. Now you look at this trade, you enter the trade, you make $2, you come out, you enter again, make $3, you come out, and you do that, let's say 10 to 20 times or 5 times depending on your strength for that day. So that is how scalping works. Now the question is, how many times can you really do this in a day and all of them will make money for you? We are going to look at that in this video. So this is how scalping works. I've already explained that to you. Now this is how scalping works. So let's look at this trade right now. Like this trade, I gave it to my community earlier today. So if you're not in my community, please find your way to the Blockchain Plus community. Let me just show you the community on Telegram. So if you come to Telegram, you search for this one right here. Yeah, let me remove that. This one right here. So search for it, Blockchain Plus Hub, and then you find yourself in this place. So if you look at that trade, this is the trade. Okay, these are the ones I gave earlier, and these are the profits you made from that one. Okay, so that particular trade, I didn't drop it in the free channel, I dropped it in our VIP group, so you can see it right there. So yeah, you can see this was where I said we should enter, and right now we are in small profit on that. So find yourself in any of the group. Now let's say you want to scalp the market. So of course, if you're scalping the market, you're going to be using a lower time frame, which is 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, and all of that. So you can see right here, this market jumped up all the way from here to this point, right? So let me remove that and do that again. Let me do that with this. So it jumped all the way to this point, and then you can see it dropped back to this place, go here, then it dropped back to this place, and then it went sideways and break down and all of that. So a scalper will always look at the market from this lower time frame, but first of all they will set their support and resistance using the higher time frame, maybe H4 or H1. That is what they do, and then they watch the price movement in a smaller time frame, you understand, using a smaller time frame. So when this market broke this place, when this market came to this point, of course already a scalper knows that there will be a support right here. So when the market dropped to this point, there will be a buy, just a short buy to the upside using your leverage and all of that. And then it came to this point. Now look at this place. When the market broke there, broke this, you can see that there was a break of this going up structure to this side, and then the scalper will also sell at this point. Now what they do is that when they discover this, because you're using 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 1 minute, you enter the trade quickly, and then you see that the market is going in your direction. Now this is the beauty of scalping. So let me show you. Now if you look at this, Look at this particular candle right here. Now, when that candle formed and gave us red, you look at this candle again, this particular one, it gave us red, right? Then the next thing they will enter after the close of this candle, because already they know that the market is selling, so they will enter and then sell and make money. Now, look at this particular one. When this candle jumped up to this point with a blue, and then this one's closed, this one closed. The next thing, if this one closes as bullish, then they will enter a buy here and just take that small profit. So what they are looking for is small gain. Now look at this one. This one is a perfect example. There are two drop, one, two, and then after that one they will enter around here, and then they will ride it all the way to this point and take their profit. So it's a method of entering trade quickly and exiting very fast, and you repeat this over and over again. So you can set your timer, or you can set your limit for the day. Maybe you want to do it 10 times for the day. You can check a particular trade. You don't need to trade it with different pairs, just one or two pairs, and you see your setup and everything aligned. Then you stick to that particular pair and watch how it happens. Then you take your scalping from that particular pair. So that is how scalping works. Now this is the reality on ground when it comes to scalping. So the question is, can you really make $50, $100 or more every day by scalping? The answer is yes. You can make $50, $100 or even more from scalping. But the reality on ground is that it cannot happen every day. It is not consistent every day. That is one thing you must know. So because this is the idea is that you have a target for the day. Let's say you want to enter 3 times, or let's say 5 times for the day. Now you enter the first one, you lost, the second one you lost, the third one you lost. Of course, you need to call it a quit for that day, because you may see that day as a losing streak day. You understand? So you've entered 1, 2, 3 and you've lost. You call it a quit for that day and then re-strategize for the next day. You understand? Now, most of the people who do this is based on experience. So if you're not experienced in all of this, there is no point doing scalping at all. There is no point in you scalping. You just need to stick to the basics of futures trading. You just need to do what? Stick to the basics of futures trading. Because another thing is that it involves high risk. If you fail to use your stop loss or use the right leverage, you are going to lose a whole lot. In fact, you may lose all your money scalping, because you know what happens when you scalp. Now, when you scalp and you lose, you scalp and you lose, you want to do revenge trading, because you've lost money for that time. So you feel like, okay, I can just catch the next one and recover my money. And then you lose the next one, and you be like, okay, let me just try and catch the next one and recover my money. And then you lose it. And then before you know, you start to use martingale method. You feel like, okay, I have lost $50. Let me just use $200 for the next trade, and use $200 for the next trade, so that you feel like, okay, with this $200 you can just get a small move, and then you recover the $50 you've lost and make more money. And then you put in $50, you use maybe 20x leverage, and before you know, boom, you've lost that $200. And then before you know, your account is going down, and you'll be like perturbed. You start getting disturbed because you've not made money and you've lost money. You'll be like, if I can just catch the next trade. So at the end of the day, you discover that while you're looking for a way to catch $50 for that day, you've lost over $250 for that day already. But is it working? Does it really work? Yes. Like I said, you must understand your strategy. You must understand the rules. You must understand when the market is bullish, so that you buy. For instance, let me explain that to you now. Now, if you look at this market, this is a bullish market. You can see right there. So you can see how many bullish candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me count it for us so that you see. You can see here. Okay, let me just use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 bullish candle, there was a bearish candle. This bearish candle, in fact, from this third bullish candle, a lot of people would have entered, and then they ride it to this first bearish candle. They will enter again. After they will enter again after one bullish candle that broke the bearish candle, enter that place, and then they ride it up again. So that is how they trade. Now look at this. This is 3 bearish candle, 1, 2, 3, and then there was a bullish upside, and then they will ride it to the downside again. Now another thing that helps them to really make money from scalping is that they understand the candlestick pattern, because if you understand candlestick pattern, it becomes very easy for you to know how to scalp the market successfully. You understand? So that is the reality check on scalping. Can you make money? Can you make $50, $100 every day from scalping? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because you can make $50, $100 from scalping. No, because it is not consistent. You cannot make such amount of money every day from the market. And also, you need experience, and this involves high risk, because if you fail to set your stop loss, you may just lose a lot of money from it. Now, let me give you beginner tips if you feel like, oh, you want to go into scalping and you want to do this for yourself. Now, let me give you some beginner tips. If you look at this account, I am using a demo account for this, and I have a reason for that, because a lot of you just want to jump into the market and make money. See, if you don't work, if you don't learn, if you don't understand this, instead of making the money, you end up losing the one you funded. That is why I say that if 100 people fund the account, like 98, 97 people will lose their money from the account, because they don't really sit down to learn first before going into trading. So what I would advise you to do, before you fund a real life account, use your demo account. This is my Bybit account, and this is a demo account. Switch to the Bybit demo account. Use it to practice all of these things. Practice and master a particular strategy that is working for you. That when you see it happen, you know that, oh, this has happened like this. I need to do this, and I know that it's going to make me money. Now, if you feel you don't want to use a demo account, fund small account, fund $10, fund $15, $20, $50 maximum, and then use low leverage. You can use 2x, 3x to understand and study this thing first, because a lot of people will feel like, okay, if I'm using demo account, my mind will not be there. I will not have that zeal, that motivation to do it. So fund $50, but use low leverage. Now, another thing you also need to do is that you must trade with the this thing, the high liquidity project, high liquidity coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Just focus on those ones. Do not focus on those other ones with low liquidity and that can just go down significantly or lose value significantly or just spike or whatever. And always make sure to calculate your stop loss and put your stop loss. Do not just scalp without calculating your stop loss and knowing how much you will be losing if that trade goes against you. Now, common mistakes that you need to avoid when scalping the market is one, over trading. Stop over trading. If you trade and lose two trades at a go, let's say you lose two trades back to back and you lose the third one again, stop for that day and leave the market, re-strategize and come back. You understand? Then using high leverage. Now, before I talk about using high leverage, also if you trade and you've made like 5 times for the day, you want all your 5 for the day, there's no point continuing, because there is this joy, there is this feeling that comes into you and feel like, oh, let me just continue, I might just win the second one, the sixth one, and that sixth one might lose you money, and before you know, you'll be like, oh, let me recover this money that I have lost from this sixth one. You lose again, and then you lose again, and then you lose again, and all the money you made for that day, you've lost it back to the system. You understand? So don't overtrade. Once you hit your target, your limit for the day, close for the day, and then wait for the next day for the market to reset. Then using high leverage. Stop using high leverage if you're new to this. Always use low leverage and make sure you are not over leveraging your account. Then also trade with strategy. Most people don't trade with strategy, they always trade without strategy, feeling that the market will just give them what they want, and then do not allow your losses to run all the time. If you see that your loss, the market is going against you and the losses are too much, you are free to cut your trade and then wait for the next trade. All right. So these are the things that you need to understand when it comes to crypto scalping and making money from crypto scalping. I believe this video has helped you to know everything that you need when it comes to scalping. If there is anything you have, there is any question you want me to answer concerning this, just use the comment section and drop the question. And let me also know what you think about scalping. From everything I've explained, is this really worth it for you, or you feel like, oh, you want to go into day trading or swing trading or long-term investment in crypto? Just drop it in the comment section and I'll be glad to also review and answer some of those things for you as well. So that is it for me, guys, in this video, and until I come your way again, remain blessed.